This is Nadine Gordimer. She was born in South Africa in 1923. She went to school only for a short period of time because her parents decided to educate her at home, so she studied there, helped by her mother. She wrote the first novel when she was only 15. Her works are mainly novels, so they are fictional books, but they have a precise setting: South Africa during apartheid. Apartheid started in 1948 when Nadine was a young woman, but she was privileged because she had a rich white family. She knew that segregation was a big problem, so she didn't agree with it. And what did she do to stop apartheid? She became a member of the African National College, an organization that opposed the government. This is its flag. She helped Mandela to write the speech he used to defend himself in court after he was arrested. He was condemned because he fought against the government, but thanks to his speech, he wasn't sentenced to death. Nadine won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1991, but her book, titled July's People, was not sold in her country. The government said it was illegal to read it because it described the tragedy of apartheid. Nadine saw the end of segregation in her country in 1994 when she was 71. She never stopped writing. She died in Johannesburg last year in 2014. So, to tell you Nadine's story, I used the simple past. Do you remember how do we form the simple past? With regular verbs, we end ed at the end of the verb. For example, start becomes started. Apartheid started in 1948. But when we have the letter E at the end of the verb, as for example with the verb decide, we just add the letter D, decided. So her parents decided to educate her at home. If the regular verb ends with a consonant and the letter Y becomes the letter I, and we end at the end we put ed. For example, she studied at home. If the regular verb ends with a vowel and a consonant, we put another consonant, and then we add ed. For example, she never stopped writing. Remember that there are also irregular verbs, and you have to learn the paradigm, because there is no rule for them. The past tense of the verb write is wrote. So she wrote her first story when she was only 15. Interrogative and negative form for regular and irregular verbs is the same. We have, for the interrogative form, the auxiliary in the past, in this case, did. Then we have the subject, in this case, she, and then we have the infinitive, do. So our sentence, our question is, what did she do to stop it? For the negative form, we put the subject, then the negative auxiliary in the past form, and then the infinitive. The subject in our sentence here is she. The auxiliary in the past, negative obviously, is didn't, and then the infinitive is agree. She didn't agree with apartheid. And not she didn't agreed with apartheid, because we have the auxiliary didn't. If you don't remember the auxiliaries in the past, here you have a small table. And remember also that the verb to be is irregular, and it changes in this way. Here you have another small table. So now the presentation is finished. If you want, you can watch it again. Thank you.